What's going on, guys? Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I'm doing a video on the top 10 most expensive gun skins for CSGO. Now, some of you guys might think that I've already done a video on this, but I actually haven't. I've done a video on the top 10 most expensive skins overall, but 9 of those items are actually knives. So there's only one gun skin in that video. So some people asked for one that was just on the gun skins, and I thought that would be a pretty cool idea for a video, and it's completely different than the top 10 overall list. This one is just going to be for gun skins, no knives in this video. I try to take everything into consideration and put this together, and there's a few things to take into consideration. First off, I didn't repeat any skins. I just showed a single skin in its best possible condition, or like souvenir Stattrak. Like I didn't put in a souvenir lore as well as a factory new lore, even though those should technically both be on the list, but I wanted to only include one skin for each different skin, so that way it doesn't get too repetitive. And then also I'm valuing keys at $2 because that's a pretty fair and easy price to buy keys from on like trade websites and stuff. You can easily find people that will sell you keys for $2. So if you want to know what the value of any of these items are in keys, you can divide my estimated value by 2. So let's get right into this video. Now, the first skin for this video, starting off at number 10, is the AUG Akihabara FN. Now, the reason this is so expensive is because it's really rare to get factory new, and the minimal wear one isn't as expensive. I think it's only like $200, and a low float one of these could probably sell up to like $800 or more, but on average, for one like with like an average float, I would say it's only around $600, and if it has like a 0.06 or like a really shitty float for factory new, it can probably be as low as like $500 or $400, but for on average, I would say it's around $600. I looked at a lot of different prices. But coming in at number 9, we have the Souvenir M4A4 Knight factory new. This is another skin where it's really hard to determine the exact value. It doesn't really have an exact value because it really depends on the souvenir signature you get, and like a really nice one could probably be up to like $750 or $800, and some of the like worst players or like worst condition ones could probably be like $500 or cheaper, but on average I would say this is around $650. So that is the Souvenir M4A4 Knight factory new. Now the next skin is the Stattrak AK-47 Red Lam factory new. I believe there was someone offering 370 keys for this, and he wasn't able to get it. I'm going to round it to around $700 though, because it's not sold very often, because this is one of the rarest skins in the game. There's only like 10 of these in existence, even though this has been in CSGO since the start, but it's really rare to get Stattrak and factory new. There's never any of them on the market, and yeah, I'm going to estimate that to around $700. At number 7, we have the AWP Medusa factory new, which is worth around 550 keys or $1,100. The thing that's a little stupid about this though, and this is actually the same for the AK Red Lam as well, is the factory new ones look exactly the same as the minimal wear ones. No one would ever be able to tell a difference in game or anything, but there's a huge price difference just because it's a lot rarer, and there is a lot more people that want the factory new tag rather than the minimal wear one as a collector's item, which causes there to be a big price difference. So that's why this is worth so much, and that's why it's at the number 7 spot. But for number 6, we've got the M4A4 Howl Stattrak Factor new. This is a skin where the condition does actually make a big difference, and there's actually a pretty big range between the factory new floats. Like a really low float one is easily worth over $2,000, some of them even over $3,000, like the number 1 floats. But on average, these have gone up in price a lot ever since the M4A4 nerf, and I'd say they're around $1,500 now. For that's for a slightly higher, like a little more than average one, I'd say. It's pretty hard to find someone willing to sell the lower float ones these days, but that is the Stattrak M4A4 Howl. Now the next item might take a couple of you guys by surprise, but it's actually a Stattrak Factor new 5.7 case hardened with the number 1 pattern. There's only 2 or 3 of these that exist, and they're usually sold for over 1,000 keys now. In fact, one was actually sold for 1,300 keys. I think that was the lowest float one though. But on average, these could probably sell for $2,000 or more, or 1,000 keys or more, because there's so little of these, and it's such an awesome 5.7 skin, and it's a very epic collector's item. That's why it's worth so much. So that is the number 5 spot. But for number 4, we have the Stattrak Factor new Fire Serpent, which is worth around 1,500 keys or $3,000 now. And if you're wondering why it's gone down in price so much, if you used to follow the prices of these, it's because people are easily able to trade up to these now. I actually did a trade up for this and got it myself a while back, but it's a lot easier to trade up to now once people cracked the trade up formula. and before it was pretty much impossible, but now a lot of people have traded up to this, and there's a lot more of them, and the price has gone down. At one point it was probably worth over $10,000, but now it's only $3,000. But coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Souvenir M4A4 Masterpiece Factory Neo. I'm going to estimate this to around $3,000, but I would definitely say it's worth more than the Stattrak Factor Fire Serpent, because there's only one of these that exist in the world. I mean, it could be worth even more than that. It was sold for 1,500 keys, so that's actually the exact price in dollars that it was pretty much sold for to a Dubai collector. But yeah, it's the only one in the world. It would probably be worth a lot more if the M4A4 wasn't nerfed, but that is the number 3 spot. So the number 2 most expensive skin on my list is the Stattrak AK-47 Case Hardened Minimal Wear with the number 1 pattern on it. There's only 3 of these that exist that are minimal wear and are Stattrak with the number 1 blue pattern, which is definitely my favorite AK skin. I think this looks pretty sweet, but a field tested version of this was recently sold for 1,200 keys, and I believe a minimal wear one could easily sell for 1,500 keys, 1,600 keys or more. None of them are even for sale right now, so I don't really even know what the exact price would be. Now before we get into the number 1 most expensive gun skin, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what that is, I'm going to be going over some skins that would be in this list if the stickers weren't scraped off them. These are 2 insanely rare souvenir skins, but these were sold to a Dubai collector who just has like all the money in the world pretty much, and you know, if he doesn't like the stickers on his incredibly rare souvenir skins, he decides to scrape them off, and that pretty much gets rid of all the value because the stickers are scraped off on these insanely rare skins. Now at number 1, I'm sure this is not a surprise to anyone, the Souvenir Lorelore Factory Neo. I'm putting the estimated price at $13,000 because that's the exact price that one was sold at recently on OP Skins. Someone sold one that was kind of similar to this one right here for exactly $13,000 on OP Skins. If you want to see the video of that person unboxing it, it's right on my channel, just like 2 videos before this one. You can look for that. Pretty crazy video. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. If you had a small loan of $1 million, you could buy all this. But I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.